Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Gatorade is the #1 proven electrolyte blend designed to hydrate better than water. So you can lose more sweat and raise your game. Gatorade, is it in you?
Brooks Running reminds us that we're all powered by something. Whether it's the me-time energy of a run after a day at the office, the electrifying energy of your first marathon, or the infectious energy of a group run with your friends. No matter what energy powers you, Brooks has gear specifically designed to unleash it. So lace up and let it out. Let's run there. Visit brooksrunning.com today to learn more.
Hello and welcome to the Paddock and the Pavilion with me, Stephen Wallis, for the third episode focusing on this year's edition of The 100. On today's show, I've been speaking with the exciting young talent Grace Scrivens, who is all set for her second season with the Trent Rockets. Grace has already achieved a lot in 2025, captaining England A both at home and overseas, and also leading her county side, Essex. In our conversation, Grace reflects on her season so far with Essex, shares her passion for captaincy, and offers thoughtful insights into what the 100 means to her both on and off the field. So stay tuned for a great chat with one of the brightest prospects in English cricket. Hello Grace, thanks for joining me on the Paddock and the Pavilion. Are you all set and ready for the 100?
Yeah, met up a few days ago. It was nice to see the group again. We've got a lot of familiar faces, which has been really nice. Had a few days of training, had a practice game. So yeah, prep's going really well and looking forward to tomorrow.
Yes, your first game tomorrow away at Edgbaston against the Birmingham Phoenix. Now you're all based at Trent Bridge. How does that compare to being at the home of cricket with the London Spirit?
Yeah, obviously a bit different, a little bit more relaxed at Trent Bridge. It's got a really nice family feel to it, which has been really nice, and have really settled in here the last couple years. So yeah, obviously Lords is great, amazing place to play cricket. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the Trent Bridge scene.
Do you get used to the fact that you could move around in franchise? I know as a spectator, it's nice to see familiar places with teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you just got to get used to, I suppose. There's obviously drafts and stuff, and sometimes you choose whether to go in the draft, sometimes it's not your choice. So yeah, you've kind of just got to be happy to be wherever. I think obviously there's so many great people around, so sort of you're always quite lucky to have some sort of familiar face at whatever team you end up at. But yeah, it's all about making new connections and stuff. So it's been really great.
And you've been in the 100 since the beginning. What differences have you made generally to the tournament since it started in 2021?
I think the main difference has been the standard of cricket. It's been amazing to see how it's grown. Obviously, the domestic stuff has helped with that. Obviously, that this year the domestic stuff's gone through the roof, and I think the 100 will go through the roof again this year. Just with the quality of cricket being played. Obviously, great calibre of overseas over as well this year. So I think it's set to be a really good competition with a lot of good cricket being played.
Moving on then to the domestic season, how different has that been for you? Last season you were leading the Sunrisers to the Rachel Hayhoe Flint Trophy success, and then you're turning out for Essex, captain in Essex.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously been many differences. We're at Chelmsford now, which is great, having a home base, a little bit more interaction with the men, and sort of, yeah, that side of it's been really good. I think obviously we've got similar team as well, which has been great. A lot of the girls who played at Sunrisers moved across to played for Essex, so it's been nice to have that familiarity. There's a few differences. Obviously, we haven't played at like Northants. We were around like Northants and Radlett and different grounds, so it's actually nice to have that home base and get a real fan base at Chelmsford, which has been nice.
I guess that's what's good about women's cricket now. You're getting bases at the major grounds.
Yeah, exactly. Chelmsford really feels like a home for us. So yeah, we've loved being at Chelmsford. I think yeah, you just become really affiliated with the club and with the men's side and with the staff there. So it becomes a real family feel. So it's really nice.
Well, that's good to hear that Essex is Essex now. It's not men and women; it's together, really.
Yeah, it feels together, and like yeah, we can speak to the men and they speak to us, and yeah, it's nice. It's a nice environment.
And personally, you've had a successful season playing wise, certainly in the 50 over tournament.
Yeah, the 50 over stuff, I was happy to contribute. Obviously, potentially a format that I've done better in over the years. It's just yeah, I obviously enjoy scoring runs, and it gives you a lot of time to score them runs, which is nice. I think obviously the T20 stuff didn't really go as planned for me too much. It's obviously an area of my game that I've been working a lot on, so would have liked to seen a few more results in terms of output. But I think yeah, the way we tried to play as a team was really positive.
Yeah, personal wise, in the 50 overs, you're seventh highest in the run charts.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I don't really look at too much, to be honest. But yeah, I just want to help the team and contribute. And I feel like if the top order's scoring runs, then you're normally winning more games than not. So yeah, that's something mainly I'm trying to just focus on, really.
Has it been harder for the team than you thought?
Yeah, I think, as I said earlier, I think the standard of cricket throughout the domestic stuff has risen massively. So obviously you've got to be at the races every game, otherwise you are going to get beat. You've seen the scores have been 300 plus at points as well, so you've got to score big runs and take a lot of wickets, and at points we haven't done that as well as we'd hoped. Obviously a lot of teams have got England players as well, and we haven't got any. So yeah, I think we've got to play really well as a domestic setup to obviously compete with the likes of Surrey, who have got the resources of loads of England players and overseas as well.
But the experience is going to help you for the 2026 season and moving forward.
Yeah, I think definitely, and obviously no journey is linear. We spoke about that as a group, and I think yeah, hopefully we can sort of take a lot of learnings from this season and then go into next season with a real clear game plan of what we need to do better and how we're going to take our game forward as a group.
You've still got, is it 3 games to play in the?
Yeah, I think we've got 4 games left in September, so we'll be keen to sort of get a bit of momentum leading into the winter and try and finish the season off with a bit of a bang. I think it'll be nice to come back after the 100 with everyone learning little bits from each 100 team, and then meet up with the guys that haven't been in the 100 and hopefully create a real good group for the last 4 games.
I'd like to ask you a bit about captaincy because you seem to have been captain ever since you've been playing cricket, I think. But that's a good question. When can you remember the first game you ever captained?
I think I was probably like 10. I played a lot under 11s cricket when I was 8 for Kent. So I played from quite a young age. So obviously I was like an experienced player in the group when I was 10, I think, and I captained that Kent age group side. So captained it at 10 and 11. So yeah, I think it was from quite a young age, yeah.
So was captaincy something that you always wanted to do?
I think I've always enjoyed it since I was young. I've really enjoyed it. I like the responsibility. I like trying to help others. I like speaking about the game. I like talking about the game. So, yeah, I've always enjoyed it. And as I said, I think sometimes it does actually help my game. I think it allows you to focus on other things rather than yourself. Sometimes it actually can be quite beneficial. So, yeah, I've always really enjoyed it.
You've read one of my questions here. Do you ever find it can affect your batting, or is it a release and a different focus for you? So you've answered the question, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's definitely helps my game because I think sometimes you can get too caught up in yourself, and actually it's quite nice to think about how everyone else is going, but also, yeah, you're trying to think what does the team need from me now rather than yeah, thinking too much sometimes.
You've also led England A, home and abroad. Is the full England captaincy something you aspire to?
Yeah, I'm obviously always want to play for England, always want to captain. So yeah, something obviously I wouldn't ever turn down. But I think yeah, I just trying to be the best captain I can be for Essex and for whatever other team I'm lucky enough to captain. And then yeah, if that happens in the future, it happens in the future. But it's something that I'm just looking to improve on each time, to be honest.
You had a successful time this summer, though, leading England A against New Zealand.
Yeah, we actually had such a great group there. We had quite a young group, and it was one that yeah, I loved captain. I think the girls were great. It always helps when you've got a younger group. Like it's always great when you've got a young group because it's so fresh, it's so exciting, so many great ideas. And we played really well in that series and beat quite an experienced New Zealand team. So it was a real good month for us.
Would you agree then that the more England A games there are really benefits the full England side in the long term?
Yeah, I think definitely the more exposure you have putting on the England shirt, whether that's A or main side, is always going to help. And I think the more games of cricket you play as an international A side, the better equipped you'll be if you got picked for the main side. So yeah, I think the more series they can do, the better, really.
And just moving back to the England captaincy point, what was it like when all these media outlets kept suggesting that you were in the running to be the next full England captain?
To be honest, I didn't really. You just try and not really read into stuff. To be honest, I think obviously you know where you're at in your game, and you just try and sort of just stay quite level and grounded. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think, I didn't think it massively affected anything really.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Life gets easier with great assists, and State Farm is here to dish one your way. Get in touch over the phone or on the app to get the teammate you need. State Farm with the assist. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability and eligibility vary by state.
Your backyard barbecue has some new RSVPs. Just tap Target. With the grill raring to go, your personal shopper is tackling your same-day delivery order at Target.
Babe, so Bob and Lynn are bringing the kids after all.
Pro tip, you can change your same-day order with a quick text to your shopper.
I'll have her add popsicles. Ooh, and some sidewalk chalk.
Your shopper texts a thumbs up. You text 5 exclamation points and life is good. Text with a personal shopper and get it all delivered ASAP. Just tap Target.
Just before we talk a bit more about the 100, you also played in the WBBL and you were part of the winning squad, the Melbourne Renegades. How does the WBBL compare to playing in the 100?
Yeah, obviously that was great being called in as a replacement. I obviously wasn't there for a very long period of time and didn't play too much. But yeah, the WBBL was a great competition. Again, I think the domestic quality in Australia is still something that we're still pushing towards. I think the domestic players are like another level up over there, to be honest. But yeah, it's another great comp. I think the 100's still got its real value. I think in the terms of you play with alongside the men, so the crowds are better. You play at probably better grounds, so they're better. So yeah, I think it's similar, but also it's got its differences as well.
But something you'd like to be part of again?
Yeah, definitely. It's a great comp. Obviously, playing in Australia, playing in different conditions, only going to help my game more. And yeah, again, as I said, the quality of cricket over there is really great. So I think it would only help your game and challenge and push you forward even more.
I noticed in the game you played for the Melbourne Renegades, which was a 9-wicket win, you were playing with Millie Illingworth, who played against you in that dramatic under-19 World Cup match.
Yeah, obviously Millie's a real talent. She bowls rockets and yeah, she's a really good friend of mine now as well. It's a bit of a full circle moment. Obviously, we beat them in the semi-final, and now we're probably like really great mates. So yeah, all very small world, I think.
That must have been probably one of the most dramatic games you've ever played in.
Yeah, I think still to this day, the most dramatic game I've ever played in. The highs and lows of that game was pretty unbelievable, to be honest. So yeah, a real memorable one that I think will live very long in the memory, to be honest.
I think to win a game, England get 98, was it, or 97?
Yeah, we scrambled our way to 90 odd, I think, with some decent batting at the bottom from the tailenders and yeah, managed to defend it. I think when you're taking regular wickets, you never feel like you're quite out of it, which we were. And obviously we knew a semi-final was going to be a lot of pressure. So yeah, we just had to keep believing, which we did. And when it got closer and closer, we held our nerve, which was really pleasing.
But that shows that tournament is feeding players through to the top level.
Yeah, definitely. Again, you're playing in a World Cup for your country, even if it's at A level. I think you're only going to be better under pressure from their moments. So yeah, that all prepares you, I think, to play at the next level. And also you're playing in different conditions. We obviously played in South Africa, getting used to them conditions over there, different to England. So yeah, you're only adding to your skills, I think.
Let's talk about the 100 2025, but a general question. How much do you think the tournament is inspiring young girls to play cricket and watch the game?
Yeah, I think it is massively. I think we've seen with the women's football, women's sport in this country is growing massively at a great rate. Um, and I think, yeah, hopefully we turn up tomorrow and on Sunday, and there's loads of women and kids there watching, boys and girls, and yeah, we just keep sort of showing them that cricket is a real viable career for men and women and young kids coming through.
That's the difference now. You can actually make a living playing cricket, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. A few years ago, probably you felt like you had to play for England. You had to be the best of the best to even make a career out of it. But now you can play for regional cricket and yeah, get paid and make a living out of that, which is really amazing for the women's game, I think.
You must have been about 12 or 13 when England won the 50 over World Cup in 2017.
Yeah, the one at Lords, and yeah, exactly that. Even just watching stuff like that and watching the replays back now still gives you shivers at points because I think that was obviously such a massive moment in the women's game. And yeah, obviously that inspired the next generation. And hopefully there's obviously going to be another World Cup coming up in England soon. So hopefully we can do the similar thing then.
Yeah, can you remember 2017 watching it on the television?
Yeah, I can. And like I think he was living every ball and points again. That's similar to the World Cup, the 19 stuff. You thought they were out of it at one point, and then they were back in it, and then it was theirs to lose at one point. So yeah, I mean, cricket's just a mad sport, isn't it? And it kept throwing up different emotions. But yeah, it was a very very nervous watch at the time.
Now, Trent Rockets 2025, fifth in 2024. What are your hopes for 2025?
I think the hopes always have to be to win it. Otherwise, what are you in it for? So, yeah, we're hoping to win the tournament. I think we've got a really strong side. We were fifth last year, but I felt like we were probably on the wrong end of a lot of results that came down to the wire. So, I think it is all about momentum. We just need to get on a decent run, win the key moments, and win the key matches, and hopefully we can get on a bit of a run and get momentum at the back end of the tournament and give ourselves a chance.
Last season table was very close. I think the team in seventh place were only 2 points behind qualifying for the eliminator. So that shows you how competitive it was in 2024. Are you hoping to be opening the batting again this year?
Yeah, always hoping to be up the order and make an impact. But yeah, I suppose we'll have to wait and see come tomorrow where I am.
You don't know yet then when you're going to be opening with Bryony Smith, or perhaps she doesn't know herself yet.
No, we don't know yet. I think the squad gets named tonight, so we'll have to wait and see on that one.
And will you hope to do some more bowling?
Yeah, obviously love contributing with the ball as well. I think it gives you another string, doesn't it? And I think obviously if your batting doesn't come off, you know that you've got that another option to bowl. Bowling, I've bowled quite a lot in the T20 stuff for Essex, so obviously ready and prepped. But yeah, if I get called on, then hopefully I can just deliver. But we'll see if that happens.
We talked about the schedule off air. It really is a busy time for you with 8 games, potentially even 10 games in a month or less than a month.
Yeah, it's really busy. The schedule is stacked, but it's great fun. I think you obviously travel around to different places, some good bus journeys, some not so good bus journeys when they're miles, but yeah, it's nice to sort of travel around and play at different venues and play different teams, and it's always a great month to be involved in. So it's a busy schedule, but one that we all look forward to as players in the calendar.
Well, the Rockets are playing at Lords and the Oval, and obviously Edgbaston and Cardiff.
Yeah, we've got the London turnaround this time, which is great. We didn't have that last time, so it's nice to go to London, play at Lords and the Oval. Always great games, and always a great venue. So it's nice that we've got that this year round, and yeah, hopefully we can get a good crowd in at the Oval, even if it might not be supporting us. But yeah, it's always nice to play in front of big crowds.
And on the coaches, dare I ask, is there any singing on the coach, or has everyone got their headphones on?
Yeah, there is sometimes a bit of singing. I think it will depend potentially on results of points. I don't think there'll be too much karaoke if we've lost, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure Kirsty Gordon will pull out some fine tunes that everyone will really look forward to.
Oh, so Kirsty Gordon's the sort of leader of the singing, is she? Yeah.
She tries to be, yeah. I don't know if I'd call it singing, but yeah, you could call it that if you want.
Well, I hope the travelling goes well. I hope the tournament goes well. I just want to thank also Sally Bates and Clark, the team operations manager at the Blaze, for arranging this interview. Good luck in the 2025 100 and good luck for your first game tomorrow at Edgbaston against the Birmingham Phoenix. And thank you very much for being on the Paddock and the Pavilion.
Perfect. Thanks for having me. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.